former Birmingham councillor.
Good evening. I'm going to start with a confession. I am not one of the 37,395 people who voted for Lutfur Rahman. But I'm here because Judge Richard Mowry has caused me a spiritual injury by this so-called judgment. Because this was not just a trial of Lutfur Rahman. This has been a trial of the Bangladeshi community. And if anybody has played the race card, it's Judge Mowry. It's Judge Mowry who has made a comment in this serious document, which unfortunately is taken seriously, so we have to treat it as such, where he refers to Lutfur Rahman and his supporters as only promoting the interests of the Bangladeshi community. Well, he should be here right now, shouldn't he? There's a reason that the biggest union in this country's representative, Andrew Murray, spoke on the platform tonight. There's a reason that young people who are represented by the NUS have had their representative speak tonight. There's a reason that we heard Lillian talk about the lunch clubs that have been supported by Lutfur Rahman. And that's because he has been a mayor who has supported the people who did not have a voice. There is a reason that despite not running for a mainstream party, he drew the kind of support that delivered that vote. And I can tell you, as somebody who has stood and run independently, I know what that feels like when you're up against, really up against it. You know, people look at me and they'll say, well done, you're participating in democracy. Isn't it nice that an Asian and a woman, oh, and a Muslim wearing a scarf, is getting involved in politics? But you know what happened when I won? The first day I stood in our council, Birmingham City Council, the largest local authority in Europe, and I dared to ask the question, why is it that the cabinet happened to be all male, all white, except for one woman? And the response was, go back to Burnley, how dare you ask that question? Not that come from Burnley. The inference being BNP, because Burnley had got some BNP councillors. Because the message is, you're all right, we'll tolerate you, we'll celebrate multiculturalism and samosas, but don't you dare come and ask us questions, and don't you dare get a mandate or power and challenge the crime to anything different. So I'm not quite sure which crime Lutfur Rahman is really guilty of right now. Is it because he happens to be a Bangladeshi Muslim and got elected and the message is, you know what, know your place? Or is it because he happened to be a Bangladeshi Muslim who actually stood up for ordinary people? Because I have a sneaking suspicion that whilst I totally believe that after 9/11 we have had this other agenda which is very intimately tied, and we haven't got the time to unpack it all here, but Lindsay and Andrew Murray referred to the context, and I think we do have to be mindful of that context. But apart from foreign policy abroad, a war has been waged in this country, which has nothing to do with Muslims. A war has been campaigned by those who have power, money, resource, against those who don't. And that, my friends, is a four-letter word. It's class war. And if Lutfur Rahman had been meeting with the bankers not far from here, if he had pushed a privatisation agenda, if he had refused to reinstate the EMA, I don't think we'd all be here tonight, and I don't think he would be reinstated. And that's why I'm so glad that we have the NUT here, that we have the wide representation. Because Judge Mowry, this is what democracy looks like. And I hope that in 42 days' time, when you in Tower Hamlets will elect another independent mayor, the message will go right back, up and down this country, because it's not just about Tower Hamlets, because if you go quiet now, if the establishment's will is imposed, because this is what this is about, it's about telling people up and down this country, not just here, know your place. And we're going to say, our place is right here. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Salma Yaqoob.